I'm James Harrell. I'm a physician. Vietnam was starting to blow probably in the 64, 65 area of time. And we got out of med school in 64, and after interning, you're a doctor. Now you can take care of folks on your own. And I finished that in 1965. There were 40 doctors in my class. 38 of them were going to the military. And that kind of sets up about where I would be as a general medical officer. I was a general practitioner, but trained. We spent 6 weeks in San Antonio training to become military doctors. I went over in January 1st of 1967, and you have different memories that come and go depending on what things happen. One thing that was real bad for me that fortunately I didn't know about was what happened to my wife. She was reading one of my letters, and they had pictures there from Vietnam and waiting on class to start. And one graduate student walked up to her and said, somebody in Vietnam? And she said, yes, my husband. And she said, why didn't he go to Canada? Canada was a place they would go to avoid going to the war or the draft, as the case may be. And she said, well, he's doing his duty. And he said, I hope he comes home in a body bag. I mean, it was just vicious, what she went through. That was the first war that was seen live on TV. Every night at 6:30, the news networks would be on, and the lead-off thing every time was Vietnam. And if you can imagine, we had no way of communicating except by letters, really. But the nightly news had what happened in Vietnam today. And you can imagine my wife knowing that I was with the 25th Division, that I was up northwest of Saigon, up in Cu Chi, and the nightly news starting off and saying elements of the 25th Division were ambushed today northwest of Cu Chi, and there were 7 dead and 30 wounded. The next morning, I went out in front where they're bringing the troops in through our door, and about 30 feet away, I picked up this little piece of thing, and that's a piece of shrapnel from either a recoilless rifle or a mortar round, or a big mortar round that was made in communist China. That is razor sharp now, and you can imagine something like that flying into you, and it's about 20 feet away, laying out there on the ground. And so you realize that just by luck alone, it didn't come my way. Yeah, so it was just an honor and a privilege to be there to help those guys who were really hurt. And there's a saying on a t-shirt that some Vietnam vets wear, for those who fought for it, freedom has a flavor the sheltered will never know. It's just a blessing.